Hi everyone and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how to make my delicious homemade baked beans from my new book, Gifts from Grandpa. So today I want to show you how to make my homemade baked beans, but before I do, if you are new to my channel, then hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here, and if you like cooking videos and you want to see more, then I upload every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 PM, so please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As I just mentioned, today I want to show you how to make my delicious homemade baked beans, and this recipe is in my new cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa, which is available to buy on Amazon, and I will link this book in the description box below for you. I think my dad was an amazing cook, so I wanted to write down lots of his recipes and put them in this book. So in the book is my dad's recipes, a few of my own, a couple of my nans and one of my grandfathers as well. My dad also believed that everybody should have a home and everybody should have a place to go to. So £1 from the sale of each book will go to the homeless charity Crisis. Now onto my homemade baked beans, and this is a really quick, simple and easy recipe to do. I love it. I normally make it as a midweek meal, but occasionally we do have it on the weekend with like burgers or something. If it's cold outside, we sometimes have sausage and chips and beans, and that recipe is in this book as well. But yes, I wanted to show it to you today because it's quite miserable outside and I thought it's quite a warming meal to have. We're going to be having it this evening with jacket potatoes, but I'm just going to show you how to make them. So here is my homemade baked bean recipe. So to start, I'm just going to put a large saucepan on a high heat on the hob, and then I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of oil to the base of the pan. Any type of oil will do, it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to brush that around with my plastic brush. I like to do this because it helps the oil to spread evenly across the base of the pan. And then I'm just going to wait for this pan to heat up now. The oil has started to sizzle in the bottom of the pan, as you can see there. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onion to the base of the pan. And then I'm going to fry this until it becomes translucent. So the onions have started to soften and become translucent, so they basically become see-through. Hope you can see that in the camera there. So yeah, these are really nice and soft now. So I'm going to add a chopped carrot and a chopped stick of celery as well, and I've tried to slice these very thinly as well because I'm going to put this in the NutriBullet later, so I want it to be smooth as possible really. So I've tried to slice everything thinly, so I'm hoping this is good enough. And yeah, I'm just going to fry these now until these become soft as well. So everything in the pan has started to become really lovely and soft now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 tins of 400 grams of tomatoes now to the base of the pan. And then a little trick that my nan actually taught me: to get the pan clean, you add the vegetable stock. So I've got 250 mils of vegetable stock in there, and I've just added a little bit to the bottom of the tin, and that will hopefully get most of the juice from the bottom out, although it looks like most of it's gone. So yes, and I'm just going to add a little bit more, and that's it. And then I'm going to bring this to the boil, and once it comes to the boil, it's to the boil now, so I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to leave that to simmer on the hob for about 30 minutes or so now. So this has been simmering away nicely on the hob for about 30 minutes now, and all I'm going to do is remove this from the hob and leave it to cool for probably about another 30 minutes, I'd say. So I've left the beans to cool, and I'm now going to put them into the NutriBullet cup. So I'm probably going to have to do this in 2 parts. If you have a blender or a bigger NutriBullet cup, then you can probably get away with doing it in one go, but unfortunately I don't have a bigger NutriBullet cup, so I'm just going to do this in 2 goes. Everything is really lovely and soft as well. So I fill the cup up as high as I can, and then I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to blend all of these ingredients together now. So I've blended everything together until it's gone smooth, and it should look like that. So basically it should look like Heinz baked bean sauce, really. If it doesn't, if it's a bit darker red, that doesn't matter. It's still going to taste just as nice. So I'm going to put this into a jug, and then I'm going to repeat the process, and then I'll put all the juice back in the pan, but I'll show you that in a minute. So as you can see, I'm just repeating the process with the second lot of sauce, well, potential sauce. So yep, I'm just going to pour everything back into the NutriBullet. So if you have got a cup about the same size as mine, then it will take about 2 goes before all of the juice is processed, and you can then put your beans in. So the pan is empty, and all I'm going to do is pour the sauce back into the empty pan now. And I've got a jug here as well which has sauce in it too. So that's all gone back into the pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of brown rice flour. This is to thicken the sauce and make it taste more like Heinz baked beans, basically. So yeah, if you haven't got brown rice flour or rice flour, you can use corn flour if you want to. And then I've also got a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and this gives it a really nice flavour. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper as well. I'd say probably about half a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. That's probably about enough. And then I'd say just like a pinch or 2 of salt as well. And that adds flavour as well to it. I do like to add salt to my food as well. It does make it a bit tastier, I find. And then I'm just going to stir this round now. So that's all of the ingredients nicely stirred together, and finally I'm going to add my haricot beans. Now I've got 2 tins of 400 grams of haricot beans, which I've drained and rinsed in the sink, and I'm just going to add those as well. If you want to use dried beans, then you can, but just follow the packet instructions. I don't tend to like to use dried beans. I just find tin beans so much easier and quicker as well, so that's why I'm using tin beans today. But yes, so I'm going to put my beans back on the heat for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to serve this evening with some jacket potatoes that I'm going to cook in the oven for about an hour. But that is basically the baked beans done. How simple and easy is that? So that's how you make my delicious homemade baked beans. And as I mentioned earlier, that recipe is in my new cookbook, Gifts from Grandpa, which again I will link in the description box below for you, and I'll also link the recipe in the description box below too. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. Do you like making your own homemade baked beans? And if so, how do yours taste? Are they as good as mine? I'd love to know. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon.